string, papers, and stories.
Today I would like to tell you a couple of stories. The first one is from France in 1820s, I think. The Montgolfier brothers invented the hot air balloon, and it could carry people. Well, the King of France heard about it and thought that could be very good for military purposes. You could look and see what was going on. So he instructed his chief army advisor to make one. Well, the man had never seen one or knew what it was about, and he just thought for a bit and thought, well, there's a new gas called hydrogen. They must be using that. And that's where the hydrogen balloon came from, because he had to think about it and he came up with the idea. So often it's like that. People will have an idea and something new will happen. Now, there are things today that are done that don't need to be done. And maybe today, if you think about it, have you an idea how something could be done better? And the second story takes me to 1979 when I was in Paris, and I was in the back of a Renault van coming home from a meeting out at a conference. I was at a conference of international children play specialists. The man sitting next to me was a professor of play from Romania. His name was Emil Kamenov. He put his hand in his pocket and he took out something and he gave it to me. He said, "What do you think of this, Philip?" And I looked at it and he said, "Give it a twist." And then I suddenly found it began to move. And then it began to move in other directions and in other directions. And I thought, that is most wonderful. I've never seen anything as wonderful as that. He said, it's called the Rubik's Cube. It's going to be a new toy sensation. It's only just come out in Romania. Within 6 months, it'll be all over the world. I said, oh, 6 months is a long time to wait. He said, well, just wait. I got home, and within a month, he sent me this. And so I was one of the first people in the UK to have a Rubik's Cube, I think. But the thing that fascinated me was, how did it move? Professor Rubik was a professor of design, and he made it to help his students look at colours. But what was inside? I didn't want to break it open, and I thought and thought, and eventually I came up with a solution. And I've got a notebook somewhere upstairs. I'll see if I can find it. And it has a drawing of what I think is inside there, which is actually a sphere. And in the sphere I've got little tracks running around so that you can turn it around one side, top of the sphere, and then the other track running this way, on the side of the sphere, and it actually would work. It's not how it's made, but if you did open it up, you'd see there is that curve towards the center. Anyway, Rubik came up with this amazing design. As I say, I've never been able to make it yet. I can just about do the smaller one because that's just the beginning. It goes to 4x4 and 5x5, and then the easiest one of all is the 2x2, which is not too hard to do and moves quite swiftly. But it's such a wonderful toy, and it only was invented for the first time, or discovered for the first time, in 1979, I believe. Okay, so that's the story of the Rubik's Cube. More tomorrow.